What's up guys, my name's Tom, welcome back to another video, and today we are here for more F1 2020 gameplay content. And another gameplay has been released today, I mean yesterday, because I'm recording this video just today, so apologies for that. It would be really cool if you could watch all the video, but yeah, it's an hot lap of Carlos Sainz around the Catalunya Circuit, and oh my, we have so many changes for this game that we can take from this gameplay. But at first sight it looks really good, and I want to bear in mind that this is the F1 car, is not the McLaren chassis, and let me say the F1 car this year looks pretty good. I don't know if I said that in the previous video, but the steering wheel looks much better, and the track layout looks so much better. It has so many changes that makes it more look like real life. So make sure to smash like, subscribe, and if new, see plenty more Formula 1 content. Really motivates me to make more an F1 2020 game news content. The game is really coming out in very soon, in 10th of July, and I can't wait to start the career mode. Hopefully we're going to have some My Team career mode soon in these next few weeks, but we're going to focus today in this gameplay. I'm not going to show the whole lap because I don't want to get any copyright, and you guys already saw the lap, but we're going to the differences on this game. And I want to start with a thing about the ERS, because maybe this year we can have a new ERS system, which it makes sense because the ERS system on F1 2018 and 2019, that is the only games that we have the ERS system, are very weird, because for you to be faster you have to be making like 50 changes per lap. Is an exaggeration, but maybe I'm not very far from that. You have to make a lot of changes to the ERS, and it's not quite realistic. I know that F1 drivers make a lot of changes on the steering wheel, but I think the ERS changes on the game are not very realistic, because you have to make a lot of changes over the course of one lap. And I think the ERS system has been redesigned for this year's game. So I'm going to make I'm going to put a screenshot right now with a picture that I Photoshop on Photoshop to indicate better. So it's the cockpit cam, and you can see below the gear number, that is 7, overtake, and then you look a little bit to the left and it is a 0 or a no. If this is on F1 2019, the number that should be here is the number 4, and here we have a 0 or a O. I want to say that it is a 0, because if it is a no, sorry, because if it was a 0 that would be non-ERS. That doesn't make that much sense. But you can see that the game mode that this gameplay was recorded was on time trial, because everything is in the perfect conditions. If you look out to the top right of the steering wheel, you can see 100, 100 and 100 4 times, and this is the tire temperature, if you don't know. And in time trial, time temperature is always on 100% in all wheels, because to give you the best temperatures available on the car. And for the time trial, the ERS deployment that you have is hot lap. You can see that at the end of the lap definitely the deployment is on full, so yeah, it's unlimited. But what's really weird is seeing the overtake road up there, and then seeing a no or a 0. I won't say that is a no, because that wouldn't make sense if it was a 0. So I won't say that the ERS system was redesigned, and now the maximum mode that we can have is the overtake mode, and it is goodbye to the hot lap one. I really hope that's that, because the ERS is not really realistic in this game, and definitely it needs to be redesigned. And it seems that we're going to have a new system this year, so that was really interesting to see, and can't wait to see more gameplay footage to make more conclusions. And the next thing is the first sector that was completely redesigned, especially the last 4 corners, and finally we're going to have a realistic last sector. It was really hard to manage in F1 2019. In the previous games we only had the last chicane. It was so downhill, but now in this game is more realistic and is more flat, and the downhill starts a little bit more earlier, but then when you go to the chicane is a bit more flat. So finally Cody's redesigned the chicane. It's not the first time that Cody's had trouble with height differences. We had in F1 2017, when we had USA, the height differences weren't that realistic, and I believe in the 2019 game it's not that realistic, because I think I saw Lando Norris saying something that Koto wasn't realistic in the game, you know. But with this, I think the first sector is going to be much enjoyable to do, and yeah, can't wait to see how I can do this part. And then it's in the right, and I'm going to put a screenshot right now. You can see that now you have a Socha cub highlighted in yellow, so now you can't mount that cub anymore because you're going to lose a lot of time probably. So definitely Barcelona was redesigned, especially as well in the first corners. When it comes to the cubs, it looks a bit more like Barcelona, but not 100%. But definitely this track is a step forward in the Codemasters franchise. Now talking about the sounds, I think the Renault engine sounds a bit better. Now it has that whistle that we used to see from the Renaults, so that's not much to talk about. And then it was the lockup sounds that really intrigued me, because now they have this sound. Which is a little bit more deeper than the other games, which I think it makes sense because I imagine the lockup sound of the tires a little bit more deeper than in the last year's game. It's a bit more high pitch, I should say. So it's more realistic, but from this gameplay we can conclude a lot of changes on this game. I'm really excited to see what is in store for us once the game gets out. But guys, that has been the video. Really looking forward for this game. Make sure to smash like, subscribe, and if you see plenty more Formula 1 and for F1 2020 game news content. And if you could that, I would be very thankful. Really motivates me to make more. Career mode is going to be out on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. My name's Tom, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video next time. But for now, it's goodbye.